G'day everyone, it's Faye here, Northern New South Wales, Australia. Preface is a bit spur of the moment. I don't rehearse these, sorry, not record. I don't rehearse these. And full disclaimer, I'm just some bush bumpkin out in rural New South Wales, Australia. Do not take my word as gospel. You can hate it, you can like it. It's just information to do with as you will. Bit of a starting start. You can hear some of the dogs bark in the background. I'm just finishing up feeding everyone. I've still got a few more dogs to feed yet, but I just thought I'd touch along just some winter preparations if you've got farm dogs. Not necessarily winter preparations, but like just some winter care. So as you can see, these two boys are on chains. This is Sweeney and that's Tyrion. People are going to have their issues with chains. If you don't like using chains, don't use chains. You can use dog kennels. You can keep them in your house. You can do yards, runs, whatever you have, cable runners, whatever you want to do, you can do it as long as the dog is safe and well cared for, and that is going to vary from keeper to keeper. Sweeney is a working cattle dog, although I use him for sheep and goats and occasionally to corral my geese. He will go off and he'll run until he can't run no more. So when I'm not working him, he is chained. He is given a very long chain. He does have a full circumference that goes around. But because if he's on a chain and he can see me doing stuff, this just happens to be the bit where he happens to work the ground and the chain, but he can reach all the way up and along there. So he has quite a large space. This is almost equal to the average household backyard nowadays. You can also see that other than a stick that he likes to chew on and a dog bowl that he has somehow managed to collect, I'm guessing it's been thieved. It is free of debris and obstructions, except for that bit of netting that's been put there, but I will clean that up shortly. He's got a big water dish. He's got a doghouse full of dry straw, which he snuggles up in. And he's also got a shade structure if it's hot and he needs to get out of the sun, which he easily reaches through and out to the far end. So don't worry about his welfare. He is okay. It is perfectly legal. There's nothing wrong with what he's doing, how he is kept. He is routinely let off. It just happens to be this particular segment is his favourite spot to run. And I don't have very good grass or soil to start with, so any damage ends up being quite substantial, regardless of how long it's been. Hello, Sweeney dog. But I will say, so Sweeney's about 19 or 20 kilos. You can see he's got a really nice, luscious coat. Not a whole lot of hair loss coming out. He is not being rugged at the moment. He's not getting a coat at the moment because his feed is currently, and his natural coat is sufficient for his current level of comfort. Same for Tyrion over here. Again, Tyrion's been this chain spot hasn't always been Tyrion's. It's been used for other dogs too, but it's just very well used. Again, really shit ground. You can see where he has worked the soil. Again, he can reach down around here. But this is just his favourite. This front bit, basically, is where he can see what I'm doing if I'm not directly working him. These boys are both let off each day for many hours to run. Now Tyrion is a sighthound. They are a bit more prone to being cold, but Tyrion is a staghound, so he does have quite a substantial more coat than, say, your average greyhound or your whippet. He was recently groomed, actually, which is actually quite important. Even in winter, you should still try and regularly groom your dogs, and if it's just once over winter, because a good healthy coat keeps a good healthy dog. So you can see, again, not a whole lot of hair coming out. He is currently eating about 900 grams to a kilo of dry food soaked in warm water. So he's 33 kilos. You can see he's not skinny. There is no bony bits really sticking out. He's got high hips, so I don't really ever worry about those. But you can see, even for a sighthound, he doesn't have a whole lot of rib. He's just got these back ones here. But he's in really good condition. Again, he's got a doghouse that's waterproof, full of warm shavings. Hi, you got porridge on your nose still. And again, his current diet and coat, I could rug them. As it is, they'll just tear their rugs off and make a mess. So these boys are quite fine. All right? Good food goes a long way to maintaining, not good food, good calories I mean, good food, yes, but calories ultimately are what you require to keep you warm. You burn more calories to keep warm, more calories to produce a coat. Now, we come up here to the kennels where the girls and a couple of the beagles are. 3 of the beagles, not a couple. We'll put these into soak, just like we do with the rest of them. Now, case by case, you got to case by case your dogs over winter. Some dogs will feel the cold more than others. Some will not feel the cold as much as others. So these 2 girls have already put themselves to bed, but they're quite nicely coated. They're not going to get out, but you can see she is just reclined. She's comfortable. She's relaxed. Same for her. She might come out and say hello. Hello. Again, comfortable, relaxed. Now, Esther here, she does feel the cold a little bit more because she is 9. Hi. She's also very keen to hoping that I might either have extra snacks or I might let her out again for an evening romp, but I've got to go to work in a few hours, so we're not going to go out because if we get caught up in a chase, I could be out on the ground for a long time and miss work. So she has just a coat. Can't say it's my best coat. She's got a nice, or a different one that's much older, but the Velcro's starting to give out on it. But this is enough just to keep her warm. So all these staghound girls are eating about 750 a day at the moment. Some of them need, like Vesp and Shiraz are only little, compared to Esther, who's 28 kilos. They're only about 22 kilos. So they're eating equal to them, Esther here, who's 28 kilos. They're also intact. She's desexed and also being much older. Being 9, they just turned 3. Again, Shiraz has got a coat, but again, she's feeling comfortable because she's sitting up. She's nicely reclined. Barbera here is curled up and in bed as well. Yep, you can see her. Now, she's probably still feeling a little bit cold because she's curled up a bit. But she's not shivering. She's not in a tight ball. She's just loosely curled up. So she's comfortable, and that's the main thing. Now, you can see, maybe you can't see, Ilya. Thank you. Now, you can't really see her because she's black Roddy in a black background. You can see loosely that she's quite, like she's relaxed, she's reclined, she's not curled up, huddled up. So that shows that she, even though she doesn't have a coat, she's not cold. Same for Ren here with her Border Collie coat. She's only a medium coat, but again, she's not curled up. She quite often comes out and paces her kennel. She's already done a nice poo for me. She's quite comfortable. Now, Shandy's another older dog. She's 10. And again, I could open these doors, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to, like, squeezing through the wire. But again, Shandy, even though she's stay there, short coat dog, and she's an older girl, she's got nice coverage. She's in good condition. Good girl. You can't see any bones or anything on her, though nothing wrong with seeing a little bit of bone depending on the context. But you can see Shandy is nicely covered, in good condition. She doesn't need a coat. She's quite relaxed, quite comfortable. Now, we got Toby in here. He's in his doghouse. He's relaxed, he's comfortable, he's not curled up in a tight ball. He did have a coat on. He got hot. We could tell he was hot because he's actually lying out on the concrete in the wind because he was hot, so he's not going to have a coat on for a little while. Hubert ripped his off and actually destroyed it. So we know he doesn't need a coat at the moment, so we're going to work on getting him a new one because it is well destroyed. My husband's just coming home. And then Gene does feel the cold a lot more. You can see he's nicely tucked up with his little coat on. He's not worried about a goddamn thing. And largely it's just to help maintain condition. Bindi as well, she's also got a coat because she does feel the cold. Even though she's a Border Collie, she doesn't have the same coat as Ren. So these guys are fed very, very well as a result to try and maintain condition. But when it comes to coating them, case by case, not all dogs need a coat. Just because you're cold doesn't mean they are cold. So case by case, same for feed. If you notice they're dropping a bit of coat, give them more bit of condition, give them more food. We start rugging when the food quantity becomes quite excessive. particularly for some of these smaller dogs. Like you might have a little 12-kilo dog that's eating 900 grams a day, and you could change that by just putting a dog coat on them. So yeah, just something to think about for winter keeping of your dogs. It's pretty mild here, really, compared to other places, but just something to consider. There's nothing wrong with putting a dog coat on your dog. Yes, they have fur, but not all climates suit all dogs. Like, you're not going to take a husky to the Sahara, and you're not going to take a Saluki to Antarctica. So just a little bit to give thought on. Any questions, just pop a comment down, but just something to sort of digest on. Have a good one.